IMHO Talk Show. IMHO Talk Show. Sir Charles.
It's Max.
Brazen.
We in the booth in the building back like we never left, good people. And Max, we have more good news. Good news because we love
good
celebrating
news.
our own, love celebrating our folk. And, you know, when guests get recommended or somebody comes across the radar, we meet folks, whatever the case is. Got to shine a light sometimes. And so presenting to some and introducing to others, none other than my brother, D.D. Watson. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good, man. Glad to be here, man.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, man. So, like we had talked before, man, like you are a brother that is quite successful, businessman, entrepreneur, been in different career fields, you know, like really came up, and like your portfolio was quite diverse, right? I think that's what, you know, we were talking, Razor and Max, we were talking about like how diverse it is. So we had to sit down with you and be like, how you piece this puzzle together? Exactly, man. But I know some folks know you from being a barber. You know, based out of Louisa.
Yes, sir.
Some folks know you as being a DJ Undertaker.
Yeah.
And some folks even know you now too, because they may have heard that name, right? Watson Funeral Home, right? Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So again, diverse portfolio, man. But for you to first time on the radio show, D.D. Watson, who is D.D. Watson? After all that said, end of the day, who is D.D. Watson?
Man, I've never been asked that question. Man, I would have to say, man, I'm eccentric. I play a lot of stuff close to the vest. You know, I'm pretty much an open book. I can be the life of the party. I can be the guy standing on the wall. I'm just an all-around type of guy. I can pretty much adapt to any situation, any environment. So,
Gotcha.
You have to see it in action to really understand what I'm saying. But for the most part, that's pretty much who I am.
Yeah.
So are all these things your passion, or just things that you found yourself doing and you enjoy each of them individually and equally? So I'm trying to draw the correlation between being a DJ, owning a funeral home, and I think you mentioned coaching flag football, youth football. And I'm missing one thing, and being a barber. So they all involve people. We know that.
You have to be a people person.
Right.
I really don't know where to start. I start with a funeral home first.
Okay.
So growing up, my dad had worked at various funeral homes, and you know, being involved in the community. He also was a branch manager of a bank.
Okay.
So, you know, I've always been around funeral homes. And, you know, it's funny because as a child growing up, my dad kind of had a certain way he wanted me and my sister to be.
Okay.
So, you know, in kindergarten, I was going to school with suits on. And I hated it.
What's up?
I hated it. Bro. I hated it. But I think when I think back on it now, as a grown man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
He was basically grooming me to be what I am now. And when he bought the funeral home in 2004, honestly, I was like, man, I ain't really trying to play with this. But as I got into it, he started training me. I started to love it. It wasn't more of I like being around. I started to actually love it. So I like caring for people.
Right.
Being compassionate, you know, helping people at the worst times of their lives. So it just kind of evolved into something I really can't even describe. It just took a face of its own.
Right.
And, you know, somewhere down the line, I tapped into barbering.
Okay.
I have an older cousin in South Carolina who was a barber. So I would go to South Carolina, where my family's actually from, every summer. So I was be in the barber shop with him, and I just be watching him. Like, he was cutting hair, like he had the latest clothes, he had the nicest cars, you know. Everybody loved him, everybody wanted to be around him. So I grew up watching it, and I was like, man, And then I started seeing like he was making a lot of money. I was like, man, I think I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And then I just kept playing with it. You know, I started trying to cut my own hair in high school, and I was tearing it up. Mm-hmm. And then
pushing your hairline back.
Mm-hmm, all of that. Like I didn't even have a set of clippers. I was using my dad's razor that he used to shave with.
Okay.
And I was trying to shake myself up, and I was man, listen, I was tearing it up. You know, all my friends, they laughing at me, joking and stuff, but I didn't quit with it. So when I went to college, that's when it just tapped into something. I started cutting my roommate hair, and then I just kept going. And then I stayed in West Virginia 3-4 years. Cutting hair while I was in college. And I just
State? Did you go to State?
West Virginia State. Yeah. So I kept getting
That's
better.
HBCU, right?
Yeah. I kept getting better and better. And when I left, I came home, and I kind of just like I don't really want to be at the funeral home full time right now. What I'm gonna do? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut hair. I'm gonna open a barbershop. Ain't had a first license, no nothing. Ain't know what to do or how to do it. But I was like, I'm gonna do it. I opened a barbershop, and I got my license after I opened a barbershop with my big cousin, who actually inspired me to become a barber.
Right.
So that happened, and then I think 2 years, 3 years into the barber game, I went to a cookout, and I always got to give these two DJs their props. My man DJ Chris Grooms, Chris G, and my man DJ Do.
Yeah. Shouts out to them.
Yeah, big shout out to them, man. They're legends in their own right. And I went to the cookout, and Chris was DJing, and I was standing, I was looking. And I was saying to myself, like, man, I really want to learn how to do this. And I tapped him. He was like, man, what you doing? I said, man, I want to learn how to DJ. He was like, go ahead. I was like, huh? He's like, go ahead. Like, get on the board. And I jumped on. And the fun thing about it, I killed the whole mood of the party. Like, I picked the wrong song.
The DJ.
Yeah, the BPM was like, I think the BPM he was at was like a 103. I picked the song at like a 67 BPM. I did not know nothing. And I kind of embarrassed myself. They was like, boo, change the DJ.
They ain't booed it.
Yeah, they booed me, man. They said, change the DJ, man. Man, get Diddy off there. He don't know what he's doing. So, you know, that right there motivated me. Because number one, I was embarrassed. And I was like, yeah, I can't have that. So I went that next day, I went to Guitar Center and I bought a starter DJ board. And I just started playing with it. And I didn't know how to match keys, BPMs. I just kind of figured it out. And it's ironically so that I would become a DJ because my dad was a radio personality and he was a DJ as well. So as a kid, you know, and I think I end up tapping into all these different various careers and different areas of different things I'm doing because I saw him do.
Yeah, I see that.
So like he was a film director, he was the bank manager, he was a radio personality, DJ, doing real estate. So like it's weird because as a kid, you're seeing all this and you really not understanding what's going on, but you're actually being programmed to do certain things a certain way.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
When I started DJing, you know, he's always been my biggest critic. He's like, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and that's just his way of motivating you.
Yeah,
it's kind of like reverse psychology. So
now I have a question in regards to that bridge between the funeral home and the barbering. Did you begin to like blend the two first by like grooming some of the like some of the bodies at the funeral home? Like, did your barbershop and funeral home work together first before you kind of became full-time with the funeral home?
I didn't really start cutting the hair of the deceased until I got like 3-4 years in at the barbershop.
Okay.
Prior to that, you know, my dad was doing it. And then we have an actual beautician on staff. We got 2 now since, you know, my wife, you know, she comes in, she does the hair too. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
You know, so after that, you know, I started, you know, doing it a little bit, and it just kind of went from there.
Yeah. Now that's deep, man. Like I'm noticing those connections too, and it speaks a lot on like the brothers, kind of like the brother circle that we talked about before. Because I hear you talking about the inspiration, right? Of you know the DJs you admire, the businessmen you admire, like your father that you admire, and even sometimes we as young men, especially young black men, like sometimes don't understand why we being told something, you know, to do something like but then it clicks, you know, like when our season comes. Then it finally clicks with them. And I know Razor got something for you, but I want to ask real quick because you made me think too. How much of it did you come to the to the fruition of it being like the important? Let me rephrase that: the importance of family business, right, versus it being something that you otherwise would have done as a career. Because I know I talk to my kids about that now. It's like little things that I'm involved in that I try to get them to take a part in, so that they realize it's like I'm doing this for the family. Like I don't just do this just to stay busy. Like so for you to learn about this is something where you're gonna actually carry on a legacy. And then you know figure out how money works and realize that this is being left to you. So I'm curious how much of it was, or was there ever a point where you realized like, man, this is legacy versus just a job?
Man, I got to be honest with you. I was a troubled youth. So like I was getting in it. If you could name it, I was getting into it. You know what I'm saying? I probably made my parents great early. For real, man. It just got to a point where they were like, man, we just gonna send you away somewhere because you just oh my goodness. It's crazy because, you know, growing up, my dad would say D.D. Watson Mortician is gonna be a household name. And, you know, at that time he was chasing his dream of owning and operating his own funeral home. So, you know, I've always heard that. And then I think when I came back from West Virginia, I was cutting hair. I think what really made it click for me is one of my best friends got murdered. And I ended up going out to Detroit for his funeral. Swanson's mortuary out there, they handled Aretha Franklin's.
Okay.
So I went out there and then I saw, you know, old man Swanson and all the kids that was involved. And then I saw how good the work was for my friend. And then it's something in between that and me coming back home, it clicked. I don't know if it was on the plane ride or it was because I was emotional because, you know, I'm leaving my friend in the cemetery.
Yeah.
It just kind of just clicked because I remember having a conversation with my dad, like right after he got killed. And my dad was like, son, you know, death forces people to change. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. He was like, it just depends on the person. And like all of this is playing in my mind. I go to the funeral and on the way back, it just kind of just, and then I was like, yo, man, I really been screwing up.
Wow.
Like I've been tearing up my family name. You know, I'm out here reckless, wilding. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I got to make some changes.
How old are you?
39.
I got you by some years, right? But the reason I've been so quiet is because I literally can see my sons in you, right? When you talk about your dad, I could see, like when Charles was talking about it, I was seeing how much you and I align, right? With the things that we do and whatnot, right? And then I realized that you are a representation of what your dad created. But the things that your dad is doing is a lot of what I'm doing for my sons.
Exactly.
Right? Now, I don't want them to get in trouble and wilding like you say you was, because I already did that for them, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm happy to see what you're doing, how you're talking about yourself, not just about your dad.
Yeah.
Right. And I can see that for my sons, right? Because my son told me yesterday, Friday, when we had an event over at the over at the Jefferson. He said, Dad, I want to do something great like you. And I told him, you're going to be greater than me. And the reason is because you've never seen anything else but being a black businessman.
Yes.
You won't know really how to work for somebody else because you and your brother have never seen anything else.
Exactly.
So as I'm listening to you, you are the first young man that I've seen that I can actually see the fruits of what I'm doing that resonate to a child that can understand.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm over here so quiet, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm thankful for you,
Most
for the way that
definitely.
you're talking and what you're doing.
Most definitely, man. I'm glad, man. It's really strange when I really look back on my life and my teenage years, my 20s, and now that I'm walking into turning 40. And you look back on it and you be like, man, I wasted a lot of time trying to figure it out when it was already put in front of me. All I had to do was just follow the map. But I've always been one of those people, like I wanted to create my own lane. And you know, and I did that, but my not just my dad, my mom, my older brothers, they kind of just set the blueprint for me to follow, and I was just hard-headed. I just, man, I'm do my own thing. Man. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But a major part of, you know, the becoming mature about all of it is when I met my wife.
And a good woman to do that to you.
And my kids. Like I got 3 beautiful babies. Like now I understand why they won't sleep in the night when I was out. Now I understand why they say, no, you can't go to that party, or you can't go to this person's house. You can't spend the night over here. And now it's like, oh my God, like, oh man, I've had to tell them a few times, like, man, I'm sorry.
Right, you just got to be mad at me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Oh, you talking about to you? Wait a minute, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You talking about
To
to
your
your kids?
No, to my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, to your parents. Okay.
I had to apologize to my parents.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yo, I like the amount of variation being a parent.
Yeah.
Like my oldest, she's 12, and like, you know, she's very smart. She's beautiful. She's pretty much a carbon copy of her mom, man. I just look at her sometimes. Like,
Let me ask you a question,
that's
because
deep,
I
bro.
got several boys that raising. Some are grown, but you know, you're still kind of raising them to some degree when when your kids become adults, and some are underage. And I wanted to ask this question from the perspective of being mothered, because I had to learn, every kid, you got to meet them where they are. You know, you don't raise them the same. You don't talk to them the same. You don't relate the same. You know, you got to figure out, you know, how it works, customize it for each child. And I have one, at least, a boy who I had to really decide, and it's a hard thing to do as a mom, but when they wasn't getting it by mom trying to help pave the way and keep up the guardrails and give constant reminders and create opportunities for them to, you know, just to reach whatever potential it is that I saw in them as my son. I had to reach a point where I understood that I wasn't frustrating anybody but myself. Like at the end of the day, when I walk away from this conversation, I'm the one that's all stressed out and upset, and you are going about your business, right? Going to play a video game or hang out with friends.
Yeah.
But I had to come to a place where I had to be like, not that I'm not here, but I am no longer trying to create the path and keep you on it. And it wasn't until for this one particular son that I did those things that I was actually able to see them make decisions for themselves, and then also be willing to stand back and watch them deal with the consequences of it, good, bad, and different. Because at this point, you will learn on your own.
Yeah.
You will face those consequences, and you'll get it or you won't. I'm always here but I'm not as hands-on as I used to be. And that's when I saw the progress. That's when I saw them attempt to make some choices for themselves. That's when I saw growth. Do you feel like you experienced a similar situation with your mom? Because I hear you talk about how you were as a young boy. Did your mom ever have to be like, all right, Dee, you got it? And did that force you to grow? Or
so my mom's, of course, she's retired now. So her career she was a guidance counselor.
Okay.
So I think my mom always approached the situations with me from a mother's standpoint, but she also approached it from a professional standpoint because, she always was dealing with kids who had issues and they had this going on, that going on. So it was kind of like, I feel like my mom mind tricked me a lot as a kid, because I was at a disadvantage because she's trained to do this. So she would say certain stuff and do different things, and then I would find myself doing exactly what she wanted me to do, but she kind of told me to do the opposite.
That reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. Yeah. So I think for both of my parents, the last time I got in some real big trouble, not to go into what happened, but I had to get a serious lawyer.
Okay. And
I was really facing like some real serious jail time. And they got me out of it. And when I got out of it, they looked at me and said, "This your last time. You on your own." So at that point, all right, that umbrella that was hovering over me is gone.
Yeah, safety net.
Yeah.
So now I'm the rain is actually hitting me now. I'm getting wet.
Yeah.
So now I gotta maneuver different. I gotta make different decisions. I gotta put myself in different circles because a lot of the times when I was actually getting in stuff, of course, I was bad. I was into it, but a lot of times because of the people I was around.
Okay.
The company I was keeping. So like a lot of times I would get into stuff just being there. One of the situations like your homeboy, he gonna ride, and all the other homeboys, but you can't be the one that don't ride because now everybody looking at you crazy like, bro, where was you at when all the commotion was mixing? So I can, from a child to probably about 26, 27, like it was one of them things. And then when I got in trouble and they were like, "Look, this is your last time,"
and you knew they meant it.
What? I knew they meant it. I knew they meant it. Like I could see it on their face. Like my mom, she one of them type of people. Like when she get upset, she don't talk. My dad is he's a man's man.
Okay.
He grew up in the 50s, you know what I'm saying, like in the deep South Carolina. So like his way of parenting was I used to get he used to
get in your collar.
Pick that switch off.
There wasn't no switch. No, it got strange to me for a second, like because I was speeding, like I was going so fast that I was just missing stuff, getting into stuff, like relationships weren't working, like I was just speedballing, like out of control. And then when that happened, they were like, "Look, man, you can't do it no more."
Right.
You're breaking us.
Yeah.
So,
breaking us.
So I got to ask, like, so then what is your encouraging word, man? Because like, it's such an inspiration. Number one, for you to be that transparent, and like, number one, thank you for coming on this platform, because like, definitely. I feel like that your successes, right? Like all successes come with failures, right? Like the most successful people say that they failed way more than they succeeded. Right? It took a lot to get to where they are. So that young man, And you even a brother too, because people get it misconstrued. Like people talk about like, some people may hear that story and be like, oh, that brother must have been in a single parent household and the mom was struggling and had different kids and all this kind of stuff. Like people paint that picture sometimes.
Yeah.
So your story, I feel like transcends many lines and demographics. So what would be your encouraging words to that young brother that got that talent inside him, but all they see is the negativity, like that they may be encompassed by their friends, by their environment, whatever the case is. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you look back at yourself, man. Like so, in other words, what would Didi today? Tell young Didi. Yeah.
Ooh. Boy, Didi, go up to the mic a little bit.
Yeah.
Boy, you hit me with a deep one, boy. I would tell my younger self, don't be afraid to be you. Growing up, especially growing up in the 757, you see a lot, and a lot of your friends are growing up fast. Like I had friends that was doing grown man things at 13, 14 years old. So you seeing all this, even though I came from a good family structure, it was boring. I go to my friend's house and they got all kind of stuff going on. Like it's 50-11 people running in.
Chaos is fun.
It's chaos. It's chaotic. And I'm like, man, shoot, this is where I want to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my parents didn't have a lot growing up, but they had structure.
Yeah.
We had a house. I had a room to myself. My sister had a room to herself. So I go over there.
It's freedom.
I mean, they got everything going on. People shooting dice. They playing cards. It's a social. They got drink. Like I'm like, man, this is fun. Like this is where I want to be at. So it was crazy because I think around like between 12 and 15 is when like I really started changing. And now I'm on the other side of the track with it. And my mom and my dad being who they are, they was like, yo, that ain't you.
Yeah.
We ain't raised you to be like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm more comfortable over here.
Yeah.
This is where I'm more comfortable at. Like they tried to put me in positions to be like the academic scholar because I was always smart. But they tried to put me in those positions to where my pathway to be successful would be a whole lot easier. But for some reason, I didn't want that.
Okay.
I want to be over here with the fun guys. Because growing up, like, damn, if you was a bad boy, you was cool.
Yeah.
So I migrated to that, and it cost me.
Yeah.
I mean, it cost me dearly.
I ain't never heard nobody tell my story before.
Be yourself.
I ain't never heard nobody tell my story before. At age of 12, I slept on a California King waterbed. Both parents in the house, food always in there. 2 country parents. I've never. That's a story I've never told in 51 years. Like you literally, I could sit right in your chair and it would be my story that you were telling. Going up the street to hang with the kids who, had less. And then as you got older, you found out that the kids that had less kind of made, they hovered you in, they put their arms around you, and they were your people.
Yeah, because they looking at you like really and truly deeply in the back of their mind, like what he doing out here?
Right. You ain't got to be here. You want to be here.
Yeah,
we have to be here. Yeah. You have an escape.
Yeah.
So, they want to be you and you didn't even know it. They really wanted
to be me and I wanted to be them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I ain't never heard nobody tell my story before.
So it's just when I realized that, it was eye opening because like I gotta give respect to my wife, man.
Yeah.
When I first met my wife, I was still like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And she was like, yo, this person ain't your friend.
Yeah.
That person ain't your friend.
Mm-hmm.
You need to cut ties with this. You need to cut ties with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling her, you're not even from here.
That's all right. We know.
Yeah, you got mad at first.
Look,
yeah, I know.
What did I?
Yeah, I've been there.
You're not even from here. You 400 miles away from Philadelphia, and you gonna tell me these boys ain't my friends?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, Didi,
we see through it.
if they were your friends, they wouldn't be doing what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, what's gonna happen is gonna fall back on you.
Yeah. What the Bible say, virtuous woman.
What man? So like, I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. It took a while for me to really create that separation.
Mm-hmm.
And to get back to Charles' question, I would tell my younger self, stay true.
Yeah, true to yourself.
Stay true to who you are, and above all, listen.
Yeah.
Listen to those who've come before you, because they've had the bumps.
Yeah.
They've had the bruises. They've been through the highs and the lows.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a parent, your job is pretty much to protect your kids from having to go through those tough obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the goal, man.
And it kind of came full circle for me when I had kids, and now I'm looking at it from a different viewpoint.
Right.
Like, I gotta change how I do this.
Circle of life.
I gotta change how I do that.
Yep.
Because especially my two boys, they watching everything I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth, man.
Everything I'm doing. So like, and I still got my friends, from across the tracks, and it's still fun over there. I'm not even lying to you, but all of us,
time and a place.
all of us have we've gotten older. I lost a couple to the streets. But the ones who made it, I'm extremely proud of them, because they done been in and out of prison, and I was the lucky one that will always be able to escape and get out of it before everything went down.
Yeah.
So
I feel you, man.
when you get older, man, and you start seeing your homeboys who was out there with you, and now they got wives, they got kids, they got families, they staying out the way, they going to work, they coming home, it's like, yeah, bro, we the old heads now.
Yeah. I say that a lot. I say that a lot.
Old heads now, man.
Like we the adults, like we take care of the kids and we take care of the elders now.
Yeah.
There. But
right in the middle.
Yeah. Brother Didi, man, we gotta have you
Good
back.
talk.
Most definitely.
Man, like we pressed on time, but we got to have you back, man. But with all this going on, I don't know if you got one central website that kind of branches out to all you got going. But if somebody want to contact you, hire you, they need a cut, anything, how can people, reach you?
Social
the
media,
business.
hit me on Facebook, Didi Watson III. I got a couple different Instagram pages. I got the Instagram page DJ_Undertaker. I got my personal page, I am _DDW3. For the barbershop, I got High Class Barber Lounge _DDW3. Man, I'm not hard to find.
It sounds like it. Look, I'm everywhere.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. You can find me real easy.
Guys, appreciate you, good brother. Man, keep up the great work.
Already,
don't be a stranger.
No, never will.
Right. Thank you for sharing your story. Appreciate the talk.
Thank you for having me.